I'm Shannon and welcome to UBC Powersports. We're located at the corner of FM 528 and Highway 35 Bypass North in Alvin, Texas, just south of Houston and just north of Galveston. Today I'm going to introduce to you the all-new 2015 MULE Pro-FXT. But before I do that, I want to give you a sneak peek of our showroom here and kind of give you an idea who UBC Powersports is. Here we have displayed our Kawasaki Mule Transits with our custom packages ready to go. And then we have a Kawasaki Teryx ready to go with the lift kit and tires. And then of course we have our stock orange Teryx 4, blue Teryx, and our green Teryx 4. And of course I have plenty of vehicles out there in the parking lot as well. But do you notice anything? One thing that we do that we're very proud to say is expect the unexpected at UBC Powersports. And the reason why we say expect the unexpected, because guess what? You see no motorcycles and no jet skis. This is what we specialize in. This is what we've been doing now for over 15 years. We specialize in custom outfitting, sales, parts, service, and again, we've been doing it for over 15 years. So we're very, very proud to say we're a side-by-side utility vehicle only dealership. Let's talk about the history of the Kawasaki Mule. Kawasaki Mule was built and created in 1987. Kawasaki is built and assembled in Lincoln, Nebraska. They're engineered with dependability, reliability, and they're engineered to last. Now let's talk about the all-new 2015 MULE Pro-FXT, EPS. EPS stands for Electric Power Steering. In addition to electric power steering, we have seating for 6 passengers. We have 3 in the front, 3 in the back. We have a 350-pound bed capacity, and then we have the capability, which I'll show you later, how we can fold that rear seat up and turn this bed into from a 350-pound low capacity all the way up to a 1,000-pound bed capacity. I'll show that to you later, but for right now I'm going to show you how easy the doors are. You can open and close the doors. And again, the seating, as I don't believe I mentioned to you before this, is that we have stadium seating. Stadium seating meaning that the seats are higher in the rear than the front, so that allows the passengers to see above the guys and girls that are in the front. So this is a great asset as well because we do that already in the Teryx 4. Notice how easy the doors are. Oh, and I forgot to tell you one other thing. We do have a brand new camo. It's called a Realtree Extra Green Camo, and this is all brand new camo for this year, for not only for the MULE Pro-FXT, but we also have it for the Kawasaki Mule 2015 models as well. Alright, let's show you how easy it is to get in and out. And keep in mind, I am 5'9", so look how much leg room I have. I have plenty of leg room. I'm going to go ahead and close the door. And all the EPS models actually have tilt steering. So I'm going to show you, this is the high point of the power steering, and this is the low power of the power steering. And then of course we have the emergency brake. That's very easy to access to get on and off. So I have it off, now I'm going to turn it on. Alrighty, so let me get this positioned correctly so I'm comfortable for my height. And let's talk about the dash. Alright, let's talk about the dash. I'm going to turn the lights on so you can see what the lights mean. CVT light, engine temperature light, and then you have your oil pressure light, and then of course you have your seat belt for the driver. Once the driver is seat belted in, of course then you'll see the light stop flashing. And then of course here the EPS, that stands for the electric power steering. Here it shows our parking brake is engaged. Of course once you disengage it, the light will come off. And then of course we have it in neutral, and once we have it in drive, that will go away. And then once you put it in reverse, that light will show up with an R by it. And then down here we have our clock, and then of course here we have the fuel. The fuel gauge is right here to the right. And then we have our miles per hour. Right now the fastest we've clocked it is 46 miles an hour is your top speed. And then here on your hour meter you have odometer, you have trip A, trip B, and then you have your hour meter here. And I'm going to go ahead and start up for a minute and kind of show you a couple other things. First I'm going to show you how quiet it is. Notice how quiet it is. And then I'm going to show you how easy the gears are to change. Here it shows reverse. Of course here's neutral. It's always good to have it in neutral when you start the engine and then turn off the engine. And then of course here's your high, and then here's your low. So I am going to turn this off now so I can talk to you about the navigation of the switches that we have on the dash. Here we have your rear differential lock. Right now it's in the unlock mode. And there we go, it's locked. And then right now we have two-wheel drive, and you notice on the screen, as soon as I put it in four-wheel drive, the four-wheel drive shows up. And then of course I'm going to put it back in two-wheel drive. And it's always good to be stocked before you switch it to two-wheel, four-wheel drive. We highly recommend that. And then of course the headlights. So here's your standard headlights, here's your low beam, and then there's your high beam. And then all the LED models as well as a Camo model, you have your low LED headlights, and then you have your high LED headlights. So it's just like when you're driving in your car, when you have your brights on, you have those extra lights to show that you have it bright. So you have lots of extra light here. And what's really cool too is we have 4 more buttons that you can add additional accessories, which we've been doing that now for over 15 years. You can add stereos, extra lighting, you can do winches, you can do all kinds of multiple things. And what's really cool about having this is now with this new Mule Pro-FXT, we have a 70 amp alternator, so that will give you the power source that you need, having a bigger alternator. Let's talk about storage. Here we go. We have a glove box there. You can open and close tightly, and then you have a little storage area there. You have a couple of places that you kind of lay some things there. And then we have 2 DC power outlets, and all for the LE models as well as the Camo model, we have 2 additional DC power outlets in the rear of the seat behind the driver that's available for the rear seat passengers. Remember when I mentioned to you about the 2 DC power outlets in the rear for the rear passengers? Here we go. They're located right behind the driver's seat. Here's your plug-in right there. There's one there and there's one there. So there's 2 right here behind the driver's seat. Easy access for the rear passengers. How cool is that? Alright, now this is the highlight of the Mule Pro-FXT. We're going to show you how you can change a 6-passenger mode with a 350-pound bed capacity to a 3-passenger with a 1,000-pound bed capacity. And how do we do that? Let me show you. I'm going to open the door, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unlatch it. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to raise this bar up here and push it slightly. Well, after I unlatch the back side, I've got to unlatch the seat over here as well. Latches are on both sides. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and, since I've unlatched both sides here, I'm going to go ahead and raise this cushion out of the way. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to raise this up here, unlatch both sides, and then I'm going to slide this way. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to push it. And then I'm going to lock this back in place. Normally you would go ahead and latch it as well, but the reason why I'm not going to latch it is because I want to show you the engine and show you underneath as well. So I am going to lock that in. Now, look how much bigger the bed is. You have a seat up front for 3 people, and now you have a 1,000-pound bed capacity. Tailgate, very easy to open and close. Drink holders right here. And it's actually sturdy enough you can actually sit on it if you need to. And then I'm going to go ahead and open and close it. Latches very easily. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the bed and show you the engine. Now while I'm raising the bed, we do have a hydraulic lift that will be also available. Now keep in mind, it's a 1,000-pound bed capacity, so if you're actually ever using this bed and holding 1,000 pounds, I don't know about you, but I couldn't lift up 1,000 pounds. So if you're ever in need of doing that, we have a hydraulic lift as well that's available, and it's actually built and designed with this vehicle, so it's a very, very good accessory to have. One thing I would highly recommend too is we have a safety latch here, so always don't forget to ever put that safety latch on. There it is right there. So let's talk about the engine. This is an 812 cc, 3-cylinder, liquid-cooled, fuel-injected 4-stroke engine. Air intake is right here. And it's pretty easy to see and get to everything. So it's a brand new gas engine. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the safety latch back, I'll lock it in its place, and I'm going to lower the bed. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlatch this on each side. I'm going to push this in slightly. And then I'm going to go around here. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to raise this up, push this in. And I'm going to push this way. And I'm going to go on the other side and do the same thing. Very easy to handle. Okay. It's always good to line this up straight. And then lock this in right here. And then, let me see. I've got to do this other side right here. Claw the seat down. They'll both be the same. Push this in place. And then I'm going to put the cushioned seat back down here. I'm going to latch it. And I'm going to go around the other side and do the same thing. I'm going to latch the seat here. And voila, there we go. Passengers for 6 people. 3 in back, 3 in front. Passenger in the back do have stadium seating, so you can sit up a little bit higher. Let me go ahead and come in here, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like. Here we go. Alrighty. Now let's talk. Let me show you how easy it is to get in and out. I'm going to get out. And let's talk about towing capacity. We have here a 2-inch rear receiver. It's very easy access right there. And towing capacity is 2,000 pounds. And then let's talk about tires. We have the Frontier Duro Radial 4-ply. We have 26 11/12s in the rear. And we have in the front 26 9/12s. And the reason why we always want to put narrow tires in the front versus the rear, it just gives you a better turning radius. And turning radius, we have 16-foot turning radius. Unlike the Polaris Ranger Crew, I believe has 18-foot turning radius. So it's very easy to turn and get around in. Hydraulic disc brakes all the way around. Dual piston caliper in the front, single piston caliper in the rear. Shocks, we have Kawasaki's engineered front and rear independent suspension shocks with 5 different positions that are totally adjustable for front and the rear. And then we also have an excess panel here. This is no longer a storage area. This is actually where everything is. You got your reservoir coolant here, your radiator, and behind this panel is all your electrical. So it's very easy access to be able to get to. UVC Powersports is a side-by-side only dealership, and we've been doing this for over 15 years now. We've been customizing, outfitting, we specialize in sales, service, parts, and we don't do motorcycles and we don't do jet skis, and we do that for a reason, because this is what we do and this is what we specialize in. Please visit our website, uvcountry.com, call us at 281-824-1198, and thank you for taking time out of your busy day to spend about 10 minutes with us, so I had the opportunity to show you what a great, exciting vehicle this is. And I can't wait for you to come by and take a test drive and see for yourself how awesome it is, how quiet it is, how smooth it is, how much power it is. It's totally going to blow you away. It's the wow factor at UVC Powersports in Alvin.